I do not know what is worse. Working here, or dying here. What matters is that I have been lied to. I was led to believe this was a high-priority corporate facility hiding valuable research. This job was not supposed to end with me stuck in some wretched lab smelling like rats. So I would be very much obliged if you gave me a break. You mean other than the satisfaction of doing me a good turn? Trust me, I'll make it worth your while. I am good for my word. You will be equitably rewarded, on my honor. But I will not haggle or bargain with you until you help me. The first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Clio security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot them, I suppose you could talk to them. The other way out is through the loading bay, but you'd have to clear out the wraps for me. Then I could just slip out the back, sight unseen. Because Crane is a tool. Because no good deed goes unrewarded. Because doing me a good turn is the honorable and decent thing. Take your pick. The research I carry is valuable. I am willing to go halves with you. And I will gladly negotiate with you, but only after you free me. You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
My brother got me a NOS. A lot of NOS today, man. Holy shit. Why not? Well, probably because I'm gonna be fucking way too hyped up, but
Nothing beyond the purview of a talented freelancer like you. You really expect me to just let them pass? Why? So they can regroup behind their walls and mount another assault? Never mind. I'm obviously in no position to argue with you. If you can talk those guards into standing down, my people will follow suit. I'll help however I can.
yeah. Boom.
A raptidon is an apex predator, native to the jungles of Monarch. They are entirely unsuited to life on Terra 2.
She just gets there. Somebody just walks in, puts the gun to her head.
What? Do not give me that look. I am allowed to have hobbies. Biology happens to be one of them. Yes, we accidentally released the Rapts into the world when we attacked this place. But I am not at fault here. Those scientists had no business experimenting on these creatures. The Rapts took us by surprise, as they would anyone. My crew were split apart and lost in the corridors. They went one way, I went another. You'll need a keycard to unlock my door. I don't know where they're kept, but I'd start by checking the security office. Sell it, of course. I don't have any use for the scribblings of idiotic scientists, but whoever gave me this tip obviously does. Assuming I make it out of this place alive. And with my ship out of commission, I'll have to leave on foot and hope my luck changes. One problem at a time, I suppose. I have been asking myself the same question. Our tactics were sound, but no battle plan survives contact with the enemy. We were acting on a good tip, but the tip never mentioned the rapts. When we hit the lab, those rapts got loose, tore through as many of ours as theirs.
Wasn't a good tip then, huh?
No one asks why anymore. The establishment tells us to live here, work there, eat that, drink this. All our choices are made for us, so we forget we ever had a choice. I am doing this because I can. Because it thrills me. Because I take a deep and profound pleasure from stabbing at the heart of corporate power, no matter how shallow the wound. From the day we are born, we are made to obey. Never question. Corporations expect us to work until the day we die.
Okay. Well, I guess this is how we're gonna do it. Not like I need the money either way, I guess we could save her. Aptodon security console. Jesus, we need a lot of crap. Maybe I should have used the silenced one. I hope she doesn't love her friends, man, because they're dying. This is pretty large, we got a lot of crap to do. I need to take care of the raptidons and shit before we probably mess with too much of it. I don't want those to be getting in the way every 2 seconds. Oh, there's all 3. My bags are completely full though. Need to sell. There's none of this clothes fucking it's worth the jack diddly. I just always sell or always break them apart. Alright. Oh, those are fancy. 26. Oh, that's 29. Not fancy enough. Let me go handle the Raptidons. They have been handled. The boys. Looks good.
I would ask what was on your mind.
Security's out front. Yeah. What is this? Oh. Pretty strong DPS. I put that on over this. That long, that quick one just doesn't do the trick. This shotgun didn't do the trick though either. Dropping the shotgun too. Might be a long gun, but we're not on long gun total focus yet. I don't feel like reading it. Easy enough to get into. I feel like lockpicking is more important than hacking them. Don't loot everything else up here.
System. Running.
It's like a prison? What the hell is this, man? Oh, light guns? Yeah. I mean, the Wii did it for a bit. That was about it. I have some light guns for my Dreamcast, but I don't know if they work well anymore. If they do, maybe I'll do a stream House of the Dead 2 with them. Oh, like a light gun? Oh, like a rail shooter? Know what you're talking about? Yeah, they don't do many rail shooters anymore, huh? I mean, they're remaking House of the Dead 1 and 2. That interests you. That could be cool. There's a sawed-off shotgun here. That could be a little better. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll probably get the remake of the House of the Dead games. They're so cheesy and bad, it's so great. I love it. But I mean, I have the old one, so I guess I could just play that on the Dreamcast. Maybe not. Yeah, that's the problem is I don't have the gun. Well, I mean, I have the gun on the Dreamcast, so if that doesn't work, I'm just kind of shit out of luck there. We'll see.
You must think me a fool. I was watching on the security cameras. You got downright friendly with the outlaw leader. I reckon we got nothing to say to each other. You best back yourself out of here. Nice and slow. You got 1 minute. Starting now. You convinced her to let us leave in peace. Listing the ills we've been done ain't exactly putting me in a mind to compromise. Think it's that easy, huh? You fly in with your fancy ship, say a few words, and everyone gets a happy ending? I'm gonna guess you don't do it that often. I reckon I don't see any better solution. Fine, damn it. We'll pull out.
Some extra XP. Do they have guns that work with all out CRT? Do they have guns that work without CRT or ultis? Oh, I don't know, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe the Wii ones do. But see, the Wii one was just the Wii controller, I mean, just put into like a,
You picked the wrong damn day.
sounds like they're fighting anyways. Yeah, I mean the way the one worked for like Umbrella Chronicles and all that is they just popped it on the top, and you just put it in the gun, and then you could shoot the gun like this little assault rifle thing. Where did they even go? It sounded like they got shot up. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any games other than that, and that's not really new. I mean, the Wii came out a while ago that do it. I think it's just kind of a lost deal at this point. We'll see if it ever kind of comes back. I mean, it's arcade machines, really.
I would ask what was...
Here's the lab. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I wonder how much it costs to buy one of those like machines though. Bet a lot. The science level that high? Guess it was. Only 5K? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much one of those normally costs. I say that sounds like a lot. I mean, I'm guessing just arcades would buy that or just some really crazy collector. I mean, it's just like a game you can get for like $10 too. And a 5K fucking thing. I mean, I guess, oh no, wait, you said it's a separate game. I forgot it's a rail shooter, huh? Oh, really? They're not gonna have like an online version? That kind of blows. Hmm. I think we'll upgrade hacking here. I do hacking 10 times. Probably. Okay, hopefully it's a Steam release. You can at least play it. Clicky wise.
I would ask.
What the hell? Great. Stuck on my screen. Okay. We're good now. Have you played Under the Gungeon before? I've watched a little bit. I've thought about playing it. I own it. I think on Epic Game Store. I'll probably give it a go at some point. It looks good. I mean, I know the light gun game's totally different, but
Finally. I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open door. Please tell me you've cleared a way out of here. So you have. I am much obliged.
I don't mind roguelike.
And now, if you do not mind, I have had quite enough of this wretched place. Oh, really? And why, pray tell, would I do a thing like that? Your point is well taken. I would rather not spend the rest of my days looking over my shoulder for the shadow of my headhunter. Here, take the damned research. Tell Crane I hope he chokes on it. I would have been insulted if you had. Talent like yours deserves a good reward.
I got paid too, and I got the research. Throwing a little something for the orphans, man.
Orphans? Is that what you are calling yourself now? Here, let it never be said that I do not reward good work.
Mm-hmm. The orphans. Yeah. Looks like old KD's coming away all around this time. Max money and I got the fucking bullshit. I'm selling these all on the black market though, probably. Aladdin and the Lion King. Oh, like the releasing of the SNES ones or whatever? I've never played any of the really old Disney games. I've played like clones of them or whatever, like, or the predecessor to the one of them. It was a Nightmare or whatever, Kid Clown and Nightmare World or whatever the fuck. I think that was like some Mickey's Magic Castle predecessor or some shit. But something like that. But yeah, I don't know if I've played any of the really old ones. I've seen like all the Aladdin speedruns and stuff. I know a lot of them are pretty good. Oh, the whole collection, holy shit. What is it releasing on? Yeah, it is pretty sweet. Those mines have a huge range. Oh, okay. Is it just digital? I did the Dragon's Lair games recently. Were you there for that, Bruce? Dragon's Lair 1 and 2, and then Space Ace. That was interesting. Those were cool. I really liked Dragon's Lair 1. I mean, I liked it for what it was. The other ones were okay, though. I didn't like Space Ace that much, but 2 was cool from an art standpoint. This wasn't as good of a game. There's a Switch collection you can rent, so I rented that. Not anything that wouldn't take you just a part of an evening, but that was cool. It's cool to get that piece of history. Alright, let's go ahead and save here.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
You let them get away. Worthless, the lot of you. That no-account fool Porter and his crew are even more worthless than I could have imagined. They've abandoned their posts. This is madness.
Might be exclusive. Oh, for the Lion King one.
That is wonderful news. I'd feared the worst. Of course they do. Please don't mistake my ambition for callousness.
Okay. What are we putting points into now? Yeah, we were talking. It was cool seeing it, man. It was really cool just learning about it. Yeah, it's just like that's like the beginning of quick time events. And the first games, I mean, the version I played, it gave you like a little bit of a helper thing. Otherwise, it'd probably be really annoying to do. But yeah, the first game was really like a little more simple to be able to do the quick time events. It was still pretty hard, but the second game was just a non-stop, like just non-stop, just ultra fast quick time event fucking for an entire like 30 minutes straight. And you could barely even see what the hell's going on screen, man. I mean, and I feel like it was really tough. I didn't like it from a gameplay perspective. They have an option in there to watch the entire thing. So after we beat each of them a few times or whatever, we'd watch it. And it was like way more interesting that way. But the first one, you have like routes you can go on, and the rooms are more unique because they're kind of like sectioned off and stuff. And I thought that was cool. The second one's like a really cool 30-minute like art display. Yeah, it was cool, you know, being able to watch it. It was cool having the little helper thing at the bottom, because if there wasn't, I'd be on those forever. And I think every version outside the arcade ones has it. Instead of like looking at the screen and just going where the screen flashes, it just has a little thing that tells you what button to hit. And that's just what it is by default. But yeah, no, it was cool. They had a lot of cool stuff. The second one was definitely the hardest. Third one, Space Ace, wasn't that hard. It wasn't that interesting. The first one was definitely the best. I think the first one would be really hard without that little tip thing at the bottom, because they don't really what I'm looking for. I don't really visualize what you're supposed to do that well. I think it'd be a lot of trial and error. Like, yeah, there's some tentacles on the left side of the room. That means you have to go to the right. Sometimes it feels like you could go two different directions and then you just die. And it was weird. I definitely think, you know, of course they're flawed, but I had a bit of fun with the first one. I thought it was cool. It was definitely a cool piece of history, and watching them was cool too. I enjoyed the character. Yeah, no, it felt like some really quarter killer shit. And the second one had that thing where you had to collect all of the hidden items to even get to the end of the game. And the items were just so arbitrarily placed, and you couldn't even see them ahead of time. It was bullshit. Because I would play through the second one again. And if you die, you still get like your fucking the items still. It's cool. I would just watch it. To play it is like really fucking annoying. Huge pain. But yeah,
You've returned.
first one was definitely
What
the
news?
best.
Please tell me you've recovered my research. My research? Please tell me you've recovered it. That's all manner of distressing. There truly is nothing left for me. I suppose we're finished here.
Later, broski. That doesn't count as being botched. Alright, man.
Oh, it's you. As if my thoughts weren't done. Oh, really? Who?
Hmm. I'm gonna talk to him.
Any news? On that thing we spoke about? You know, that thing? It was like that when we got here. I heard it. Ask Dr. Crane. Mostly they're leptin analogs.
Okay.
Maybe? I mean, it... as little as possible. I mean... Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers. I'll remember that. I'm not the greatest technician. This is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not.
Of course not.
Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over, maybe I'll have more. Pleasure doing business with you.
Of course it's not. Didn't like me taking his muzzle, dude. This guy's poker face? Yeah, dude. Well, my poker face looks a lot like this, so it's pretty good. Of course. Just lie my way through it. I'm not gonna use it. Oh, his poker face, yeah. No, he's, yeah, not terribly believable. Of course he won't. Of course. He would never. Alright, see if we can go lie to somebody else. I think upping lie and persuade would be good. Do 5 in each. But next level up I'll get 10 in both anyways. I'm gonna buy that perk probably.
Tossball is all about putting the ball.
I don't care about the master skill. Not very great.
The best way to win a game is by getting the most body roll. Oh, hello. Why do you seem familiar? Have we met? I am Orson Shaw, Chief Behavior... Wait. Yes, I'm quite sure we've met. My apologies. Have you retrieved my schematics yet? Oh, hello. I'm just quite selective about what information I choose to retain.
Can we lie our way out of this one?
Ah, yes. Very good. And have you done that? What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands. Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been. Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price among the colony's ne'er-do-wells. So be it. I'll buy them off of you. Much obliged. Here are your bids. Now, let's see here. Voila! I can... Oh. I can't be caught with this.
Oh, I got more.
You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
I just got something. Works for me. I don't care what my reputation is with any fucking whatever the hell. It's just some wacky corp. Ultimatum. Oh wait. What did he give me? The ultimatum here? Not really good. Is it supposed to be good? And it's worth a lot. It is a gun, yeah. It's not a very great one. Alright. Oh, now we can go turn in that other shit. On the groundbreaker. I'll sell some shit when we get back to the groundbreaker. Probably make a little more money. Sell that gun too. Good shit.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Oh.
Hey, Max.
What?
You really think we all have a purpose? That everything happens for a reason?
It's not really that simple, but yes, fine. Anything else?
If that's the case, is it my purpose to annoy you, or yours to be annoyed by me?
Go away.
You can't deny fate, Vicar. Something on...
Uh-huh.
What a...
Initiating initialization sequences. Greetings, customer! This SAM unit is unable to locate your registered information.
These guys sound like fucking...
Your SAM.
He sounds like fucking, fucking Ace Ventura or some shit, dude.
Registering new owner. Captain. All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box. Did you know SAM units are capable of equipping regulation-grade flamethrower nozzles? Upgrade your attachment today and get to firing away. Got stubborn stains? Leave them for SAM. SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
Ugh. Yep, he's just a fucking... cleans up things, man. And cleaning up things means he kills shit. Groovy. Let's get back out of here then. Should probably look into
We've arrived at the groundbreaker. Welcome back, Cap. May
I don't know what I was gonna say.
take someone to watch your back, please.
No. I need to probably check out how to get all the companion quests for these guys. Some of them, I mean, I don't think they're like super hidden, but I don't know when I need to go talk to people. Because I'm not going to be like walking around with them all the time. It's not really going to just like explain itself, really. Alright, let's go get this shit sold. These are starting to fill up the old inventory for sure. I need to start putting some of the spares away. Offload spares somewhere.
Rizzo's knocking out.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do. What's that? Speak up now.
I think she's supposed to seem more granny mode than she actually is.
What'd you turn up? These corporations, I tell you. Once they get an idea into their big dense heads, there's no getting it out again. Can't imagine how I'll offload this. But waste not, want not, I suppose. Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here. Pardon me, sweetheart. My old ears must have misheard you. Did you say Raptidon? Gracious, someone must have hauled them off Monarch. Naughty, naughty. A couple of folks around here might pay a fair few bits for this. Might even be able to start a bidding war.
$86.
Are you positive? Honest to goodness? Can't say I wasn't hoping for more, but I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now.
The XP.
You can come visit anytime. Anytime.
What's my current skills? I'm at 79. How much did I need to fucking
If you're
persuade her?
any If you're here for
Can I take some drugs to get more persuasion? I think it said like 86. Not like 79. Wonder if I can just like force grab some. Also, I think I need to not go even splits. I need to go for big persuades. Persuade +3. I mean, I just leveled up too. So I could probably rework it a bit. $84. I think we're still a couple off. Let me see if I can attach some shit to my armor for it. Physical armor. Ah, dialogue skills, boys. Here we go. Good. I think that'll put us in good range, man.
Take someone to watch your back, please. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Fucking 89, man. I'll always have those bonus 10s, so that helps a lot. And you gotta force it hard at the beginning. So I won't have this extra bit from the gear forever. But I could always keep this gear in the inventory, I guess. Suede 3, 5 here. It weighs a little bit, but not like a huge deal. I'd have to reload a bunch, so I'd rather not, but I can make that one of the last things I need to mess with then. To make sure not to sell it too early. I can find a talking one in here, I should buy it too. Damn. These are just better and better. I think as you just level up, they put better shit in these. It's just kind of annoying because then you just might as well just level up and buy everything near the end. But not a whole lot of unique stuff.
Have you had a moment to look? You don't. What's that? What? My stars, what a find. Fine picking like this deserves an equally fine payout. Go on, dearie. And don't spend it all in one place. Pardon me, sweet. A couple of Fair's fair. No one ever said old Gladys was a cheapskate. No, ma'am. And I'm not about to let them start. Here, consider it hazard pay.
Is that all I got for 86 persuasion?
Are you positive?
500?
Honest to goodness? Can't say I wasn't hoping for more, but I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for... Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to... You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the sublight offices. She's a Now.
I wonder what's in this shit. Actually, kind of want to double check again here. I'm just curious. We'll just talk to her again, just skip through the dialogue. keep fucking touching her pockets, man. If there's any way you can just steal shit from her pocket, man. I don't think my sneak's high enough yet. Wouldn't be a bad one to upgrade a little bit more. Maybe I'll do 10 more levels of sneak for fun. Or 10 in lockpicking. Only you could get in here, then you could steal that shit.
This is a law-abiding establishment. Honestly.
Something going on. Guess it was nothing. What was that? What do you think?
You can see what's in her pockets. I just want to like see what's in there for fun. We don't have enough stealth. She's too covered by her buds.
What do you think you're doing?
Okay, we can get past that guy.
Go on, before I change my mind.
I'm actually curious if there's a way to fuck with this here. Looks like there's like some perfect spot maybe you could get. That might work. I just have to do it the first time.
What do you think you're doing?
We can avoid that guy. He's really fucking really good at seeing me, even though he's like way over there. I'm just curious if it's even possible. I think you might be able to. Like if I had just a little bit more sneak, if you can buy some sneak fucking food or something. Some big guns. Grenade launcher. I don't know. Yeah, it looks way sneakier.
do you think you're doing?
Damn. I wonder why he like randomly sees you sometimes, not other times. I'm just curious if this works. I don't care about the money. I mean, I got enough money to pay for it, but... I go in slow-mo. Tracks them. Oh, damn. Pretty hardcore, too. You probably have to have a lot of sneak to be able to take this from here. He just randomly finds you on it, too. I need to move up a little bit, too, I think. That's all she's got, dude. All that fucking work, dude. Jesus. Alright, where did I do all these auto saves? I don't even remember at this point. Okay. Let's get her paid here. Official seal of Halcyon's Holdings Board. The problem with this one is you gotta fucking start stealing quick, man. This safe is on fucking lockdown. The other one was one thing, but...
What the?
You'd have to steal it almost instantly. I'd have to up my, is it your lockpicking? Almost instant? Yeah, I probably want to upgrade my sneak too. Anyway.
Have you had a moment to... You don't hurry up. What? My stars, what a fun. A couple... Fair's fair. No. Are you... Can't... I suppose...
Well, maybe you only say that.
What do you... That's right, dearie. Though for how long? The board can't...
Maybe you have that persuasion thing, they'll give you money even though you didn't bring anything back.
Chief Junlei Tennyson. Used to be she was chief engineer before her mama passed. Hold on. Bit straight-laced for my tastes, but that's... And between you and me... Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's... Because that's what the board tells them. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony.
Probably.
Those board folk are real...
We're just gonna read through this. We've been in this room long enough.
Never want... But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on ground... Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch. Oh, a little of this, a little. I also need throw pillows stuffed. Any.
Cool. Well, I think we're good to move on to the next big thing now.
Great. Straight to the point, eh? Any. It's one.
Go ahead and sell this. Quite the discounts. Quite the gun. Sell her back her own candy. Yeah, fuck. Ugh. I'm gonna talk to this person. Yeah, we need to put away some of these mods. Starting to add up. I'm never gonna use this many of them. I think having just like one or two of the good ones at a time is plenty.
CNP forested baked beans. One forested baked beans is the only one.
Make this conversation worth my time, Captain. Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica.
Leave.
Byzantium kids with more money than
Very
sense can
forced
thank
smirk
Sublight
they
for
give
their
these
good
guys. They always
times.
have the same smirk. They just like toggle the smirk box on and then they just have it for a while. Like, look at her, she's like stuck with it.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
I'll take the job.
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood? Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch out. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
You just got a feeling. Well, it's a good kind of feeling to have, I'm sure, when you're running a shady business. Or an illegal business. Or under the board business, or whatever you want to call it. Tech kit. Bug kit. I'm gonna start putting some of those away. Those are 0.5 weight a piece. They're gonna start getting in the way. I sell enough of my consumables. Okay. On a monarch. Get that done. We're going. I doubt it's a done kind of thing.
Your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Hey, Captain. I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out.
Let's do it.
And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship. I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week. I smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by
Jesus,
Groundbreaker for...
I'll have to pay for this junk too.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't got it. Anyhow, next time we dock in Ground...
Okay. Is this a quest? Okay. I guess it is. Is there like not a place to put stuff in here? This would be a great place to store, you know, mods, because my tinkering thing's in here. I forgot there's a respec machine up there. I could store some shit in here then. Store for these. Bug kit. I'm gonna sell those. Carrying capacity. Unlikely I do many of those. Critical hit. For that. There's a real chance I could use a few of these. Shock damage, I don't care much about that. Range weapon skills. Spread. That's pretty good. Physical armor rating, don't care much. Tech skills. Wait, don't we have a tech skills one? Yeah, I gotta sell this one for more. Why is it worth more? Mystery. Sell those too. Okay. Let's go talk to some of the other teammates. In case there's other quests. We know what his is.
Something on your...
Greetings, customer. Every SAM unit. Thank you, customer. All cleaning tasks have been completed. Scheduling next round of cleaning to commence in 4 minutes.
Jesus. You're fired.
Good to see you, Bob.
You're fucking fired. God. We need Parvati. Yeah, might as well take Sam while we're at it. He's a sweet talker, I'd say. Sell some of this crap. You know what? I might sell to the vendors. I might make more money from it. And I get 44% bonus.
Entering rest mode.
If you're here for this week's... I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny, miny, moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
Does this really matter?
Captain?
I'll just wrap that up for you.
Sweet like
since
a
it's on
pie.
special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome,
Sweet
dear.
cherry pie.
I found a handsome...
Yeah, now let me sell some shit over here. What we really came for. Sell those out. Sell that tech kit. 43, I like it. Oh. Sam.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds.
Sounds horrible.
There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
I'm sure it's gonna be worth it. Can it all be done here? Or are we about to go space traveling? Wait, on Monarch. Jesus Christ. In an old facility. I mean, I appreciate her gusto. He really wants to impress this person. I respect. I respect. I love it. But holy hell. Traveling across the fucking system, galaxy, to buy somebody a cake. I mean, I guess if it doesn't cost us anything, right? I mean, it's like walking front door, driving down to the store, maybe.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and
A little bit more violence, a little bit more, you know, violence. 'Might as well give them something. %, melee. Ranged. I think they all just have the same shit. How do you even do dialogue, combat shit? Damn. Intimidation tactics.
the space dust from your feet in the entry bay. Thank you. Welcome back. Now that
Why not?
Well done. You'll love Monarch.
Almost forgot about him.
Climate, violent native species. Fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps? I certainly wouldn't call it boring, especially if your idea of fun involves navigating a hostile biosphere populated by carnivorous monsters. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka.
It's gonna be another
Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar
party
Bay.
member.
Very
The last one.
Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's
What
compound.
I beat.
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have. Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
The Hope. You say so, pal. Don't have any reason yet to like not believe him. Alright, piss time and then we'll continue. Okay. Cascadia, Stellar Bay.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Dangerous. Dangerous. Warning. Warning.
Something you need?
Yeah, I wouldn't be the
Issuing sound. Command accept.
one of the smartest when it comes to that stuff. For sure. Ah, laptop. Do you need the portability? I mean, if you're gonna go cheap and you want good specs, I would get a desktop. Laptops usually very expensive for half the performance. But I mean, if you need the you know, if you don't need to worry about the performance or whatever, or if you need the portability, it's good. Don't need portable? Yeah, I wouldn't do laptop then. It's just gonna be more expensive. I mean, I would say build your own, but if you don't want to do that, I'd at least buy a desktop. I mean, that's just me. You do what you want for sure, obviously. I don't got it's my little 2 cents, but 204. Way more. What the hell? Well, shit's way slower, so. I think we'll start in Stellar Bay and come back. They're all on the same map. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you could talk to Lassie.
Captain,
Lassie pretty
if you're
much
looking for crew members Ellie or Phoenix, there's
helped me pick out all my stuff. I mean, Lassie, Siegfried, Guardian knows his stuff. There's millions of resources online if you don't mind doing the research. It's really not too hard to put together. I mean, it's like advanced Legos. There's a lot of just guides you can look up. There's PCPartPicker.com. They'll let you pick out stuff, and if anything doesn't work, they'll let you know beforehand, I think. A lot of stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, if you still don't want to learn, there's definitely pre-mades you can buy. Desktop. They should still be cheaper. I think it's... I think it's this. And I mean, I used it a bit. Don't quote me too much on how much it'll actually stop you from getting fucked on certain stuff, but yeah, you should be able to just go in there and make your own build. That's what I did. Let me double check that's the site I used. Yeah, I mean, I would just talk to Lassie and shit. Lassie set me up with a pretty good budget. You know, I mean, he knows how to pick them out based on budget and stuff. He's been doing it for years. I'm sure he'd be willing to help. I mean, and if not, there's a lot of resources online. I mean, building it yourself, I mean, there's a lot you can look up there too. I mean, I say as long as you're not getting a laptop, dude, you'll probably be okay. It depends on what you want too. I don't know if you're looking for some really high-end shit. Either way, it's going to be cheaper even if you want a low-end one just to get a desktop. But where is it? I'm trying to find the site. And we used, I think it was PC Part Picker, but it's been a long time since we built this shit. Want to hop off the deep end? Yeah, PC Part Picker. Yeah, I mean, laptops are pretty deep end, man. I'd personally say. I mean, I'm not a master at any of this kind of stuff. I will say that. I'm not, oh god, a PC picking and parts or anything like that, but I do know that laptops are not as worth it. Unless you just gotta have. Yeah. Damn, this thing just keeps sinking for some reason. Unless you just gotta have that portability. Oof, it's hot in here. I need to actually open that. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to see. I mean, you could definitely go budget. There's a certain level of money you probably just want to spend. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to make another one. But I don't know. I mean, I really would just ask a lot of people on the Discord and shit. Why there's resources. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say much. I mean, I wouldn't know the stuff. Let me lower this a bit. It's actually not good. I need to open the door though. I'm tired as fuck. I'm dying. Yeah, like mine cost. What was it, like 1500 or something? But it's really good. I mean, it's not like state of the art. There's like your Lamborghini shit where you're barely gonna get any extra performance for millions of dollars, but I mean, you could definitely get something. It has something like probably half that price. That runs the stuff you want, I'm sure, but I don't know for sure.
It's a lot like that crime family from The Masked Marketeer.
What's that make the vicar?
Max? I was thinking maybe one of the butlers. Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna tell him.
Okay.
Good to see you, bud.
Oh yeah, looking good. Nice.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
I'm using an AMD one. Most people are going to tell you to use Intel. Don't think it's wrong. AMD is really good now too. Intel I think is better. When I was making the computer for pure just gaming performance. But if you do a lot of things on the side like streaming, AMD gets you a lot of cores for the same price. So from what I did in my research, it's better for multitasking and gaming at the same time. So for streaming and stuff. But Intel's like slightly better, just pure performance. That was like a year or two ago. Yeah, Bruce is looking to get a budget PC, but he's never done it before. Trying to talk him out of getting a laptop. He's thinking getting a laptop, but he doesn't need the portability. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, Guardian, but I'm not a master of making shit. But yeah, if you want to go cheap, I would not get a laptop. But like price for fucking power per fucking buck is like really bad. I think it's a trap a lot of new PC people get into. Yeah, that's the thing is you can get a computer, make your own computer, and get some good parts, and then in the future, like as long as you got like a good base and stuff, you could just like replace other parts. Like you could just get a shitty graphics card and maybe a shitty CPU or something. I think you have to have a decent MOBO though, right? But I mean, stuff like that, right? And then just replace shit as you need it. I mean, there's more going on than just that, but like in theory, you could replace shit where laptops are like very expensive and like what you get's what you keep. So. Actually curious here. People have found more companion quests now. I just don't want to miss any really. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people who just will not give us quests unless they walk around with us for a bit. So I guess we will.
You think the people in Stellar Bay ever get used?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic, us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the record.
You guys can talk about that somewhere else. I get in trouble for advocating piracy. The wrong people in the chat. I'm gonna report my ass, man. No, you're good. Nothing's happened yet, but yeah, nothing would happen either, but I don't think we're allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. Not that I've ever really done much of that, but yeah. I mean, I think we can just talk about it in general terms, but I think the point where people actually start telling you where to get stuff and advocating it is like, you know, if I had like a few thousand people in here, it'd be like, I mean, I see people do it in all these big kinds of streams, but it's not like we need to talk about it much, you know. It's not like we're getting much out of it. I might as well play it safe. I never see people talk about it. You know, they joke about it. They're like, you know, laughing about it. You know, it's obvious what they're talking about, but I don't see people really like start throwing out like links and talking hard about it. So I just mention it ahead of time. I mean, you know me. I don't care about what people talk about. I mean, if it was my fucking rules, you could talk about whatever the fuck you want, but yeah. In general, just discussion, it's fine, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's more what I'm worried about, yeah. Not worried. I'm not worried. I mean, stream's not big enough, but I'm not even pissed. Bills include cables? I'm pretty sure all the cables you need come with each part. I mean, you'll have to buy accessories like a monitor and mouse and keyboard and shit. But I mean, maybe you already have that. You're up pretty late, Britt. Or am I crazy? I don't know if both you and Guardian just have crazy sleep schedules all the time. Just like me.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure.
Early.
Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict
How
with
early?
the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Yeah. I imagine since Bruce hasn't really gotten into PC stuff, he probably just want to buy it anyways. But maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I got the USB stick as well. It was pretty easy. I did have some weird issues with it installing it. plugging in my hard drives and stuff beforehand. It was better to install Windows on the SSD and then plug in my hard drive afterwards. Otherwise, it would do like a split install, and that was fucked. Who uses CDs? Yeah. I mean, I've thought about grabbing a CD tray or something just for shits. Because I want to install old school Halo 1 or something on PC, but like, I don't even know if I could, man. I could probably just find that on some abandonware shit. I mean, I'll be playing that when they release Master Chief Collection on PC anyways. I mean, my only other fucking PC games I have is Quake 4, which I think I own on Steam now, Doom 3 I own on Steam now, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which I own on Steam now, and then I think there's like Need for Speed 3 at my house. Less than an hour? Oof, how long of a day?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject.
The companion dialogue feels very like forced and inserted. Like this is like just slapped in there. Oh, okay, you're getting out early. Cool.
Mr. Sandra will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters,
More Final Fantasy 14 this weekend.
Bang-up job of welcoming you. Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor. I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment.
Dude, Grimm's a
signed by
fucking
the
boss. I
Black Belt
like this
himself.
guy.
Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie, the Hole Meister, the Hack Attack.
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You've been living in a sulfur pit or something? Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay. I couldn't really say I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Yeah. I mean, I could have got a disc tray. I think a CD tray is really cheap, but I was like, I don't need extra shit.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Already did. I don't need like extra shit cluttering up the fucking inside of my computer. Just get fucking even more hot. That fucking thing. Jesus, dude. A lot of armor. Kind of just want to keep ones on me though that are gonna give me like extra skills and shit, really. Gotta throw the guilt on, man. Gotta make sure he knows that you know he's a good guy, man. Smooth.
What are the chances Of all the times and places we could have been born.
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meal.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful World.
No betrayal yet.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
Uh-oh. Maybe that's Guardian's Kinkman.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Most people don't.
We're used to folks swooning at our feet. You don't gotta be embarrassed.
A healthy survival reflex is nothing to be embarrassed about. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
Sloppy!
Some sweet, sweet biddies before you go. Perfect too, the sloppy man. Well, you're always the one that manages to get the sloppy. Sloppy. Yeah, I mean, I think SSDs are pretty cheap nowadays, so SSDs are more reliable and they're really fast. People usually put their operating system on it so you can just boot up real quick and run the essential stuff real quick. If you got enough space on it, you could even just run. I mean, I run my games off of it. I just gotta make sure to delete them, but you can choose where to put everything, so I'll put some stuff on my hard drive. I don't know the prices, but I mean, I guess you could just do the hard drive. That's how computers would be many years back.
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters here about. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu. Whoa, hold on, okay. Leak contained. My stars. Look, Captain, this is the... I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just look through his stuff and ask questions, and you can see what other builds people got and shit like that. Just learn about it and learn how to build it for sure. I don't know what the range is where you go too cheap and it just stops being worth it. Like, you want to go cheap, but you don't want to go like psycho cheap. But yeah, that's probably a good price, I'm sure. Already knows his stuff, so. Yeah, so I remember, yeah, I had Guardian help me out, and Siegfried and Lassie and stuff, and learned a good bit. I think I noticed the money disappear from my fucking... my fucking wallet, man. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the problem, is you add on some here and there, it's like, then you're kind of fucked. It's like you gotta spend your money on the best shit, and then cut corners on the rest, man. That's kind of what mine was. The idea was mine was like best value for like, just power. I could, you know, run games on max and still stream and shit. Like I said, there's like those Lamborghini parts, man, the sports car parts, where you're paying like double to triple for like 10-20% upgrades. It's like you gotta, for me, I was just like, I want to avoid all of that and just hit the wrong right underneath.
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick. No! I just stepped in a dead man. If you're going into the apartments now, if
The lower one on the right.
Murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
In a bit. Yeah. That's why talking to people who know their stuff is good. They'll generally know what's actually worth the bucks and stuff. I feel like if you want to upgrade in the future, making sure not to skimp on the parts that are gonna be something you never replace, it's probably good. Which I guess would be like Mobos, but I don't think Mobos are really something you have to spend a lot of money on. And then, what else? Yeah, probably your SSD for your OS. I mean, I guess the power supply depends on what else you're putting in there. You'd probably replace that. And if you got more crazy shit, I'm not sure.
What a gruesome way to die.
Okay, this dude's out of town. Okay, where do we want to start actually exploring? Oh yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed mine for the most part too. Really, I think the only thing I don't like in the build is my monitor. At price, I would have definitely
capable of running the warehouse. She can certainly pick
done
up
a
her
better
own
one.
annoyed.
don't be so hard on her.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you. What can Auntie? She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
I guess I have some weird issues where some of the PCA slots don't work right with certain things, but enough of them all work correctly that it works fine, so. Yeah, I think it's just because it's the same model as the young chicks, but they just slap some wrinkles over it. And the hair is not different at all. I don't know, I think the dude models look better. But overall, most of it looks pretty shit. I mean, it could be worse for sure, but it's not terribly awesome. I mean, it's better than like a like an Elder Scrolls type of thing, or a Fallout type of thing, I guess. So there's not really much variety in the kinds of people you're talking to, right? At least in Fallout, I mean, you had different like races and shit. The humans look like shit, right? But I mean, Bethesda games always look considerably worse than every other fucking game, so that's pretty not a good thing to compare against.
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else?
This
you
is a new
needed?
30, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
Yeah, I think I remember the build. Probably still have my build around somewhere.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my... If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. She's working doubles and needs a little...
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they definitely, it's definitely not optimal all around. I think the dudes look a little better overall, like a little more varied than the chicks, but yeah, there's just something off. Like I said, there's just not as much personality as I feel like there should be. The characters feel very safe and samey, and the dialogue is too. And like it's fun just to kind of mindlessly slap around and do shit, but yeah, it's definitely not perfect.
Yeah, boss?
Oh damn. Please transfer today. People gonna start transferring stuff around non-stop for them big bucks. Plasma carbine. So I think some of the companion quests involve you running around with some of these dudes. Or specifically the Felix guy. I don't need to worry about him for now.
Out. So.
Yeah, boss?
When do we get your quest, buddy? So I can get you out of my fucking party.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
The Darlings? Seriously? I mean, yeah, you're looking at the Darling's newest recruit. Boss is a shoo-in for Rookie of the Quarter.
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch? Ha! Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
You should stop by more often. The games are always better when you've got someone to celebrate with.
Sounds like a good time. I wouldn't mind bringing a couple drinks and settling in for the pennant match.
Look at me, getting carried away again.
He looks and acts like a mix of fucking Guybrush Threepwood and fucking Paul Rudd, man. And I hate it.
So, what can I do for you?
She looks like a fake person. Like she's an android.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
I mean...
Staying out of sight.
Good call, brother. Got nothing, dude. Hello, fellow resident.
Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian.
I'll check that place out in a bit.
Trust me, this is worse.
Does every town feel exactly the same, but with a slightly different color palette? Well, let's get that feel.
If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
Oh, what was his name? I thought it was just like a single letter. Yeah, the Kylo Ren thing. For me, it's more of a mix of like Guybrush, Paul Rudd, and like some kind of like 20-something indie rock kind of like movie or some shit. Looks like a fuck, in other words.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Some trash to sell you.
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. met you. I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried.
Well, new business turns up at last.
So
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost?
Yeah, half of it never feels like it's actual conversation.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule.
It's like almost everything's got just like an ounce of sarcasm and just lightheartedness to it, so none of it comes across as like legit half the time. Like it's not so fucked that it's like boring to read or boring to listen to, it just never feels like it's really like super engrossing.
This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Like it's not trying to be really funny, but it's not trying to be super serious at the same time. So it just kind of exists. This is the most just exists game I've played in a long time. I'm not like bored playing it. But I'm not like, damn, this is fucking changing the game. Very generous.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
Oh yeah,
Generous,
okay.
I can't drive a good bargain.
Like a good JRPG, right?
Who sent you?
Just walk into somebody's house and they tell you it's Waxwell solving about some kind of bullshit. Sure, I went to Mixer. I think a few people have been bought from from Mixer lately.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions,
You talk like Graham.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
Well, we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you until you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
I hate this guy. And I hate the party dialogue because it feels very, like I said, just very pointless. He just turns and says, "It is quite the whatever," you know, just to kind of like have this like very small snippet of what seems like an actual conversation. Instead of it having like a natural flow in the entire thing, it just feels very just chunky, man. But I don't want party members. It's just fucking usually just poorly done. Unless it's like an old ass game where they just have the budget, or they put most of the budget just to writing shit. They don't have to worry about super expensive graphics and shit. Yeah, pretty much, man.
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, these days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Saying what? Which way? That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Oh.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanism. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds. But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact. You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham Bryant and I used to be collaborators of sorts. Indeed, for all the good it did. MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules. and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have? I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. As far as I'm concerned, the less said about Graham, the better. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the greater good. Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them.
Oh, really?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll own your dignity.
We get it.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community.
Jesus.
And being cut off means slow strangulation. Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our...
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do for... I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Excellent.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do
He's
for
a
you?
good guy. Oh, that was a hell of a faction quest. Where is Sebastian anyways? Alright, Grimm's
Have you
poster.
talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
I'll do that first, maybe it'll help us.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue?
He looks like a
Or maybe
serial
some
killer.
canid toenails? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts. Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it.
That seems
Once
insane.
her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Okay, I don't know if it was the delivery on that or what, but
Have you talked to
maybe it's
Sebastian
supposed
yet?
to be fucking
What did
weird
he
as
say?
hell.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on. Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back to work look. Anyhow, thank you. Thanks again. You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask.
Velma.
She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Uh-oh. Well, gonna take a peek at that, I guess. Felix,
Yeah, boss?
get the fuck out of here. You're not gonna give me your side quest. Get the hell out.
Well, well.
Jesus.
Isn't often we see new
Where's
folk
the
in
fucking
Stellar Bay.
circus?
First drink's on me, stranger.
Oh, Bruce. Save that shit for the computer, man. Thank you very much, though, dude. Yeah, man. Thank you, Bruce. The Mad Giftsman. Gifted quite a few subs here, dude. Thank you.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Blue dreads. Or, I mean, pink dread.
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you? Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than
Thank you
coming.
again, Bruce.
Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
Who are the Iconoclasts?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though. But it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. But a man can dream.
True enough, man. Well. Thanks for the booze, brother. I'll do with it what I will, right?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
She's supposed to be drunk.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn Rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Okay.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what? Perfect. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. What's up? What's with the pleasantries? You want to know something? Just ask. I didn't. I was born into security detail.
This is our
And
next
when the
partner.
corporations abandoned this place, I stayed. That's all I know. Besides, I had a few friends here, and they were staying too. No. That's a painful trail I ain't keen on walking again. No. I'm not saying more on the subject. What's
Nope.
up? Sure. I don't have a single spot I call home. Wherever I can sit in peace with a bottle is good enough for me. But, yes, I've always been on Monarch. It ain't exactly easy to hitch a ride off planet, Captain. Besides, I hear Terra 2's all corporate. The way folks talk about the board and their ilk, think I prefer the beast.
What's up, man? How we doing? I probably won't be on too much longer tonight, but we're getting some progress here.
In a sense. My parents took off when the corporations did. I took to companionship with a few friends here for a time, but those days are long past. No, we weren't close. And before you ask, there ain't a story there. We just never saw eye to eye on the corporations. Drifted apart over time. It's fine.
Alrighty.
Good. I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don. Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it. When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal
I'm the
fury.
captain to her.
In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious.
Dirty day.
Day came when he tried to take on a Mantiqueen. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh well, live and learn. No matter how tough you are, if you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm.
Great story.
What's up? Oh, sure, Cap. Let me know if you want some company if I ain't blacked out.
Peace, right, lads? Peace. Anything good here? Cigs. There's like no risk for stealing shit pretty much, man. Half the shit just isn't worth stealing, but
New face, huh? You from off-world? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome.
glacier
Why
water.
don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands.
Uh-oh.
Untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel, but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her listen to our demands.
Sure, pal.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view. Sure thing. Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
I might just take those. If I haven't already.
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Alrighty, buds. Let me just close that. Get the old flamethrower they keep around the bar just in case. Okay, the Saltuna warehouse. Fallbrook, Vilma, apartment, Vilma. Salvage location. Is that outside? Or is that actually within the compound? We'll go find out.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
Love me some musk, man. Can't get enough. Can't get enough of that musk, man. What the hell is this? Looking at the way out. Death. That's the Saltuna place. Oh, passcode. There's Velma. Not above blackmail and all that in this game. Doesn't seem to be any super long-running consequences for that kind of stuff, so as long as you get the job done. You're mostly good to do that kind of crap. We'll look around a little bit. I don't know why it shows it over here. Is it just sitting back here? No. Yeah. Stellar Bay Ruins. Brewski. Need to up my hacking level and shit. We're getting pretty close to getting fucked on that. 58, I mean only 55, so probably get this up 7 levels and this to 70 next level. Hey, the poster. Here the whole time. And this Velma person's a class act. Let's have a chat with her.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start
that's when I got
noticing those extra
murdered.
drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in
that's
or
who we
out
need
of
to talk
Stellar Bay.
to soon.
Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight contractors at this rate.
100 persuade.
Fine by me.
Jesus. I'm at 91. I guess we'll do that. The big persuasions. Well, we can turn this into Grim real quick. And persuade her or whatever. We're gonna level up, I guess.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was gonna spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
How many bits was he gonna spend at the bar? $625. Jesus, buddy. Maybe lay off the bar a bit. Mm-hmm. Big XP. Big Lee. Alright, let's go persuade, I guess. She definitely has. Not a good person, so I don't really care. I'll do this first. There's a bunch of ways to handle it.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but if you know, I hadn't thought of it that way. Last thing I need
Takes
is Catherine
100
failing even
fucking
farther
for
up my
this.
ass than she already is. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
I'll do that real quick. Somebody's off my damn bar, man. Anything good in here, fellas? Anything good in here, folks? Guess not. Still wouldn't mind stealing that guy's bits.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing
Said
on
it's at the house near the bar.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games?
Is this the house near the bar?
You're not listening to a word, are you?
Look, my back aches and everything smells like fish. I just want to enjoy my beer.
Then don't go hang out with people. Drink alone. Wow. Not that I need the bits, mind you, but wouldn't stop me from stealing shit.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. I can pay.
Huh?
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone act. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
This a setup?
Oh, I
I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the woman to save your... He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen.
Borderlands?
Please, won't you go and find
It's
my
more Fallout for me. What part of Borderlands is it? I feel like Borderlands' humor and stuff is like way overboard. This shit's humor is like so nothing that you almost don't notice it's humor, but Borderlands is like painful. I feel like there's a lot more looter shooter shit going on in Borderlands too. This is a lot more like scavenging around kind of thing. I mean, it's definitely, you know, the sci-fi part of it and all that, and the more lightheartedness, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
All design visually and structurally. Yeah, I can see that. Got this weird, grimy sci-fi look. Where everything looks really similar. Not terribly visually appealing. I mean, the skyboxes don't seem horrible, but you never get this feel that the skyboxes have anywhere else. Like, I don't really feel like I'm in space unless I do this. And then I feel like I'm kind of in space. I guess after coming off of the Outer Wilds and this little glitch here, that doesn't help much. Coming off of the Outer Wilds, maybe just space like this isn't as interesting. I mean, I guess it's, you know, I don't want to say it's well realized, but I mean, at least it kind of, you know, a realized world. It's got a lot of, you know, it's got its little structure they're going for with the board, the corporations and stuff, but it feels very samey between each place for sure. Yeah. And then I could see the BioShock kind of interior stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's a game that plays it real safe. We're gonna take this off. I'm not gonna be on long enough. It just plays it very safe. Yeah, for sure. Fallout definitely has a better feeling of scavenging around and shit. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I definitely get off this.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with a bit card of her own accord. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work.
I feel like Fallout, like 3 and stuff, in New Vegas, own the silly kind of wacky comedy thing a little more. I mean, it's already got this like funky, you know, dark humor, kind of like, you know, 50s fucking culture thing meets like, you know, a psycho world with a bunch of like, you know, it's ripe for a lot of like colorful characters because you got, you know, you could bring in, you know, mutant type of shit. The radiation just doing magical stuff. And I feel like the writing kind of owned it a little better in those. It made sense that there'd be a lot of wacky shit. There could be plenty of funny wacky shit in this too. But I feel like it tries to play it a little too safely. I don't know if it's trying to play it more straight-laced to like make the world building feel better, but it feels awfully lighthearted still. It's like halfway, like I said, real safe. Like nothing feels particularly like emotionally, you know, or crazy, but then it doesn't really feel like it's trying to be super funny. I don't know. Shit just kind of happens. Yeah, exactly. And like there's plenty of serious shit and Fallout and stuff, and yeah, I just like you can have things be super crazy and funny and wacky in like a crazy world like that and still have serious stories. You just have to own it, and your setting and just the concept have to just mesh. And I feel like in something like this it could work, but I just don't think that the writing's there to really yeah. I'll have to get off soon, because now I'm not even able to talk. I just don't think the writing's really there, yeah. I mean, you could easily had some more colorful characters in this. I think a big part of it is the trappings of this, like, corporate thing they want to push. Means that at the end of the day, most things are going to revolve around people being, like, super corporate heavy in half the quest and stuff. It'll be, like, really business related. There's a few free areas in these, but even those are about, you know, pressures from certain things. So, like, at the end of the day, you're not gonna get some kind of crazy story, you know, or nothing. It's kind of has to fit within the walls of the world they made, which I feel like allows for a lot less stuff. I mean, they could still do something. But with, like, Fallout's like you can just do crazy shit, cause fucking why the hell not, you know? Like, it just fit. It's a lot more open with the story. I mean, this is all kind of moving towards the same kind of world building and same kind of point. A lot of it is. Where the side quests really were just their own thing, like super hard and Fallout. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, they have their own little character ones, like I'll get my poster and shit, but like that's as out there as you can. And dizziness a bit too. Ugh. Kinda wanna know what those ruins are, man. Zhang's Emporium. Where the hell is that? Oh.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are What can I get you? All sit.
The mystery. That was it. No. Okay. Hello, fellow resident.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
Hunting rifle ultra. Now, the problem with the hunting rifle ultra was, while it does a lot of damage, its fire rate's really bad. Which, I mean, I guess we could try it and just switch. I mean, the shotgun's really shit, man. I'll just move that out of the way. It's definitely gonna be more of a one-shot type of thing, which works better with the sneak sort of build, but what's up, bro? I mean,
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
bro, mama. Oh,
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
yeah.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Laura. What is she looking for? Is he like a drug dealer? I feel like he's a drug dealer. This quest is not in here. Family Matter, Amber Heights, Fallbrook, North of Stellar Bay, Cascadia, Fallbrook. Okay, this is the only quest left here. Probably explore a little bit more around and then go in the ruins too, but not bad that though.
Here to catch a game?
Oh,
What can I...
this person again.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd
She
really
did
like
it.
to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Sounds like an idiot.
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're
Elijah.
hooligans from Fallbrook.
They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Then we'll be meeting the Fallbrook people. I mean, these people don't seem super corporate or nothing. Seems more normal than anything. I don't know what spin they're gonna put on it. Are these the bad guys or not, man? Like, maybe it'll be truly more of a gray thing.
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth... What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can
We'll
seize
see when we
one
do
apart from
Fallbrook
the
tomorrow.
jabbering masses of this wretched place.
Well, yeah, might do some tomorrow. I want to play Medieval and get that finished so I can send it back out. So if that comes in the mail tomorrow, we'll switch gears. But...
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar... Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do.
30
Look,
minutes.
You're making
Oh,
me
shit.
melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
Not really,
You ever think about what goes on in a marauder's head?
No, they're crazy.
But they still manage to feed themselves, dress themselves, work together. Gotta be something.
Yeah. Got to, man.
I'm sure someone said the same thing in Amber Heights.
I gotta find a new drinking buddy.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your...
Hey, what are you doing here?
It's our
This
secret
is our
alley.
secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Wasn't even that scary. Easy deal. Delay that satisfaction and all that. Oh, might as well. Gotta wait for a read on the story. Not that much to do. What a good husband, man. What a sweetie.
Now, if we were like the other corporations, you wouldn't be allowed to run around dressed like one of Graham's minions. But we're better than that. Anyway, what? But that's terrible. What happened? I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town.
Oh,
I've been
nice.
consumed with other matters of late, but I would
What's
have
her
dealt
plan
with
now?
them eventually. Of course I would have.
Of course I would have.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much
There's the
appreciated.
occasional lines of
Please
dialogue that are
consider
just
this
like,
payment for
okay.
your services.
Like, I get it, you know, sometimes the sarcastic, roasting kind of shit I get a little kick out of, but yeah, overall that's about as good as it gets, man. The kind of like the low roast that you hit some people with. Oh, cool, yeah. Good. People getting into lore, man. That's how you know they're hooked. Been in there. Go behind the factory, I guess.
I'd give you a friendlier.
Huh. Oh, is this a way to get past the front gates, essentially? Hmm. Gotta retain the position of power, man. Doesn't want people to see is doing that grunt work, man. Although the shower, yeah, that doesn't really fit into that head cannon there. You just want to enjoy our company, man. Do all the bullshit later, right? I'm sure that's what it is.
Something else?
Let me sell some shit here. Sawed-off shotgun. Oh yeah, makes sense. Back at my parents' house, I used to just take showers in the pitch black, man. I mean, your eyes would adjust still a bit. I wasn't like at risk of like falling over or something, but it was pretty chill. But it has like a little seat in the shower sort of deal built into the wall. I don't really have that here. Whole bathroom needs a big scrub. The fucking bathtub has this weird incline where you get like a little bit of hair in the back and shit, so you gotta clean it all the time. Thought about buying like a seat for it, just sitting there chilling, but the hot water doesn't last as long here. Yeah. It's chilling, kind of like, you know, having a hot shower in the dark, man. It's pretty comfy. Yeah. I usually have hot showers. I used to do it like almost scalding. It feel really good when you're done. Now I just do hot showers. I'm usually just get super clean, and then I'm fucking out, dude. I'll just put on music and shit. But usually with the fan and stuff, you can barely hear the music, so. Yeah, I don't really chill as much anymore, just because I don't really have like a seat or nothing. It was like, you know, I had like a tub that, you know, that wasn't a pain in the ass, like, or if it was just me living here and I just knew, you know, just I can just do whatever, right? 'Cause nobody needs the bathroom or something. I would maybe chill more, but I don't want to just like stand there. And the shower head doesn't give like, it's not like a great, doesn't have great pressure, so you're not getting like all the hot water hitting you like super awesome. So, just like whatever. Yeah, usually I'm just in and out. Yeah, if I go take a shower at my parents' house though, I usually chill. When I was out in Colorado for a bit, I had a lot of chill tubs, but usually I would shower and then I take the tub. Because I mean, you're not really getting super clean taking a tub. So I just shower and then do the tub afterwards. Oh yeah. I don't know what they got really here at these apartments. I don't know if you can just replace those. I've never really thought about it. Maybe I would someday, I don't know. Would it? You spend a lot of time in the shitter, man. What do you mean something else? A lot of people in there or something? Benches and shit? Oh yeah, for sure. I like the Japanese bathrooms. I think I'm done one day. Feeling a little touch dizzy. Gonna chill. I like the Japanese bathrooms where it's like the whole room has like a drain. Like you just the whole room's made to be like wet. It's fine. So you just, you know, have like pools and just shit around in there and stuff. I think that's cool. We had one of those when I was staying at a place there. They're not all like that, but I think that kind of thing's cool. The laundry room. You gonna get some new hardware in there or just change the room around? Yeah, benches and shit would be cool. I mean, being like a sauna or something like that would be cool. I kind of like the water feel. I mean, I've never really tried a sauna. I'm sure I would like it, but yeah, for sure, I agree. Be chill. I like the noise and shit too. Ah, just the full utility room. I see.